Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Chris with Inside the U. In this video, I'll be taking a look at the Miami Hurricanes featured in Ultimate Team on College Football 26, as the Hurricanes have been one of the most prominent team featured in this game mode, which I'm a big fan of. This is the game mode I've been playing the most in this year's game, and a lot of fans around the country with this game have taken notice how many Miami players, how many Miami cards have been released in this game mode, and there's only been 5 other schools that have had more cards released. So we're going to take a look at all those Miami players, especially the newest ones, and especially this Malachi Toney Rivals card, a 93 overall. And at the end of the video, I'm going to open up 2 packs and try to land this Toney card. If we don't get the Malachi Toney card, I'm going to go ahead and buy a new Miami player to add to the team and through the auction house. So definitely stay tuned to the end of the video. But also too, I'm going to play out a challenge. In this game mode, you can play out challenges. So I'm going to replay that 2018 Florida State Miami game as the Hurricanes. So you can get a little game action in as well. But just looking at these cards at the Malachi Toney, there's other featured players in here. Miami actually had a whole event dedicated to them, the homecoming event with Sean Taylor, Ed Reed, and Ray Lewis, really high-level cards, and I added all 3 of those players. And I will show you my team on the game, trying to build out the full 50-50 theme team. But we're going to go through these cards here. So here's a look at that Malachi Toney 93 overall card, which is great to see, and it just shows the impact that he's made in college football and everybody taking notice and all the good things that he's done. And earlier this year, he actually had an 88 card release, a Stars of the Week, which is great. And at that point, they really needed to add Malachi to the game because he did not have a base card for Ultimate Team. So he said this is his second card, but this one is much better. A 93 speed, 91 catch. You go short route running, 92, medium, 93, deep route, 92. All great stats there. His release, a 91. It's everything you want in terms of some attributes there. Change of direction, a 92, 93 speed, as I mentioned, 88 awareness, the acceleration at 92. So just a really good card to have, but also the card art on this one looks great as well. I'm definitely hoping to add. The hottest Miami card in the catalog right now is this 94 overall Devin Hester. And there's 2 variations of this rush card, but both of them are great. A 94 overall with 95 speed. There is another Devin Hester 94 overall in the rush, but it's only 94 speed. So you got to get the one with the 95 if you can get it. It's certainly an expensive card right now. And that 95 speed, there's only one card available that has a higher speed than Devin's, and there's only 5 players right now have that 95 speed. Similar to Malachi Toney, Ruben Bain got a couple new card releases throughout the season, and this 92 overall Thanksgiving card is much better than that 87 overall Legacies card that was released in the middle of the season, which had an 84 speed, but this Bain card has an 88 speed, so certainly much better card overall, and certainly a good one to add at that right edge position. Francis Mauigoa has also had multiple cards released during the season. The latest is this 92 Thanksgiving card that also is better than the one that he was released before when it was that college kickoff event. But this one here, 92 overall, 92 pass blocking power as well as run blocking, and then his finesses 91s on both categories there. So certainly another high level card from Francis at that right tackle. Wesley Bassint is the 3rd Hurricane to get a card released in the Thanksgiving event. 92 overall will linebacker, 90 speed, 91 tackling with 85 awareness, good zone coverage as well. This is another new addition to the Miami catalog, a 93 overall Brandon Merriweather alumni card, a card art that looks great with that green uniform, which I'm a big fan of. Also, I was a fan of Brandon Merriweather when he played at University of Miami, so good to see him featured in the game. And just looking at the Brandon Merriweather attributes, again, 93 overall with 93 speed, 93 zone, and 93 man, making him an all-around safety there at 6 foot. It was great to see that Antrell Roll was featured in this game, a 92 overall in Stars of the Week. However, it was a little disappointing for Miami fans to read about it when they released the card here. It says Miami's had a dominant season this year, and Antrell Roll has been a cornerstone of their defense. Everyone knows, especially if you're a Miami fan, that Antrell is not currently on the team. His NFL career is over. Remember, Antrell is a great player at the University of Miami, and he is certainly a good player to add to the team, depending on how you want to run your defense. And it's because Antrell has a 93 zone coverage rating compared to an 87 man coverage rating. At 92 speed and at 6 foot, there's a lot to like about him. But again, just maybe it does depend a little bit how you want to run your secondary. This is another new release to the Miami catalog. Left edge, Akeem Mesidor, 91 overall as part of the blue chip event. Good to see Akeem get a card, an elevated card. He had the base card, but based on his play all season long, this was one I was waiting for to see when he'd get a good card. But 87 speed, 87 acceleration. So those are two good ratings. Also on that left edge spot. So you can go Ruben Bain on the right edge and then Akeem at the left edge spots. And you have two good Miami defensive end cards there, 90 above. This Reggie Wayne card was released as part of the Nightmares event that was going on around Halloween. 92 overall, 92 speed, 90 catch. He ranks well, 90 above in all of the route running categories as well. And, it's a good card, 92 acceleration. It's hard to find now, but it's certainly one I'd like to add to the roster. I do not have it yet, but we'll see if we can add it somehow through the auction if one is up there for auction. And just looking back to a Miami themed event earlier this season was this homecoming event. It was all about Miami. The three prominent players featured were Sean Taylor, Ed Reed, and Ray Lewis, all great cards. And they also had these other cards released as part of the event with a yacht and also the turnover chain, and the card arts look great, but it was very Miami themed. The orange colors look great, and a lot of fans were very aware of how Miami centric this event was. And the Sean Taylor card, in my opinion, is the best card art that they've released in this game thus far, the 91 overall. But you can see the jersey, you see the visor and the chains as well. Great card, a lot of great memories covering Sean and obviously watching him and his legacy that he has left behind. The Sean Taylor card and the Ed Reed card were both very expensive cards when they were first released. They were going for over 1 million coins in the auction. Those prices have come down dramatically. So if you want to get the Ed Reed card or Sean or even Ray Lewis, definitely now is the time to do that. And then Ray Lewis, a 91 overall. There's a lot of really good middle linebackers in this game. So it kind of just depends what you want to do. So here's a look at Miami's full 77 card catalog as it stands right now. A lot of these cards have been featured already in this video, but there are a few that I want to point out, like that 89 Isaiah Taylor Legacy card at free safety, the 86 CJ Daniels Homecoming card, that 85 Ahmad Moten was part of the Season 3 event, where you could use upgrade tokens to get Ahmad up to about a 90 or 91 overall. So that was definitely a good way to get an elevated defensive tackle. Also, too, I want to point this out, that Mark Fletcher, 84 overall, the Mainstays card that actually has the ×2 team chemistry. It's one of the few cards that you can get that counts as 2. So definitely pick him up if you're trying to build that 50-50 theme team. Looking at these base cards, maybe Mark is going to be a guy that gets an elevated card depending on how he plays down the stretch here. But also, too, another guy, these are looking at the base cards, but I think maybe a guy like Keelan Marion could be a guy that gets an elevated card or any sort of card, because all he has is that base card there that was released at the beginning of the season. So he would certainly be due for that, as well as maybe a Jacoby Thomas has had a great year. You're looking at a guy like Keontae Scott, injured at the end of the year, but he never got that big card as well, and he doesn't even have a base card in here, but certainly there's some more options for Miami players to hopefully get them involved with some good cards here. So real quick, here's a look at how my squad looks. I kind of flipped some Miami guys up to the top depth chart spot as I get ready to play this challenge, but just showing you what it looks like right now on offense and then on defense. You can see all the Miami players there in the secondary: Ed Reed, Sean Taylor, Antrell Roll, also that Devin Hester, 85. So a lot of Miami players there on defense with Moten and Bain, Lewis and Bassane as well. So here we go. We're going to knock out this solo challenge, this Miami versus Florida State from 2018. They kind of replay the game. We're going to play the last quarter of this one, try to get it fully completed and get 5 stars out of this one, as we always try to do with these solo challenges. It's a good first play there. Malachi Toney, getting him involved, trying to knock out these challenges as quickly as possible as we play out this quarter. But yeah, 30 yards in 2 plays, get the touchdown. So we just have to win the game at this point and then don't allow any points and don't get sacked. There we go. Malachi ties it up here at 27. If you remember this game, Florida State goes up 27-7, and then Miami pulls out the comeback with 28-27. So that's what we are trying to replicate here. We are up 28-27. We still have 3.5 minutes left. All right, so let's see if we can pull that Malachi Toney 93 overall Rivals card. We have two opportunities with this training pack, a 93 plus at 38,000 a pack. So we're going to open up two. I do want to mention there are 8 cards to possibly get that are 93 overalls in the Rivals pack. And then there are 4 that are 94 plus. So maybe a 20% chance. It's hard to know how the 94s are mixed in, but we're going to have 2 opportunities and we'll see if we can get that Malachi Toney card. We'll do this first one here. And what do we get? A 93 Isaiah Jada, 93 overall left tackle. He will be our starter. We had Jordan Seaton in there, but that's a good card. We'll definitely take that. And then we'll do one more. 38,000 training points. That's a lot of cards that we sold, but we got to see if we can get this Malachi Toney card. It looks like the Isaiah card's going for over 200,000 coins if we wanted to do that. But here we go. And we get a 93 overall Keaton Thomas, Sam linebacker out of Baylor. Disappointed we didn't get the Malachi Toney card, but we got to in this video by getting a Miami player. So we're going to go to the auction, use our currency, and see what we can get. There were a lot of Miami cards to choose from in the auction, but ultimately I'm settling on this 91 overall blue chip Akeem Mesidor. Shout out to Akeem, first team All ACC, has had a great season, a really impactful player. So we're going to add him to the roster at left edge. And I feel good about this, but hopefully we can still add the Devin Hester or the Malachi Toney moving forward. I would love to be able to add that Reggie Wayne card as well. So definitely want to thank everybody for watching. How's things going with your college football 26 ultimate team? Also your dynasty. You've been busy with dynasty mode. How has that been going? I know a lot of people at this point are probably through multiple seasons. So definitely drop in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Have a good rest of the day and take care.